To the people who lie down and fall asleep within minutes. How? I don't know. I can drink a cup of coffee at midnight and still be asleep by 12:30. It might have something to do with the fact that the only thing I do in my bed is sleep. So I think my body is conditioned to just fall asleep when I'm horizontal. Edit, yes, we have sex in the bedroom too, Yepavs. But thanks for thinking of us. Now you have to picture it. Can't stress this enough. If you've ever kinda had to pee just to walk in the bathroom and really have to pee, it's because that is the designated area and you are conditioned to that. I had trouble getting to sleep in my teens, but I would sit in bed on my laptop or phone to the point that it was just another couch. But it needs to be the designated sleeping area. If you're in a constant state of exhaustion, it's pretty easy. I just breathe while focusing on each part of my body. That's a form of meditation, and a great way to relax. Smile. I make my bedroom my place for sleep. That means turning my phone off or airplane mode, shutting the door, making sure there is nothing whirring or flashing in the room. In terms of mental tricks, if I'm really struggling to sleep from restlessness or stress, I, for lack of a better description, walk downstairs. Picture a spiral staircase that leads down to nowhere in particular, breathe slowly, and start walking. It's like a superpower. Honestly, no idea how it works. Honestly, the few days where it takes more than like 2 to 3 minutes are weird for me. Same here. Read through this thread and I do exactly 0 of the tips. Exercise a lot, avoid chocolate, go to bed at the same time, don't bring your phone to bed, etc. I just go to sleep. I don't even have to be horizontal or in the bed. I can just turn off. Be tired. I used to take forever to fall asleep, lay in bed for at least an hour thinking about stuff before I fell asleep. Then I had a kid. I'm tired all the time, and if my kid doesn't sleep, I don't sleep. I'm up at 5 every day and in bed by 9:30 and fall asleep in minutes. I'm not saying you need to have a kid, just expend more energy, go to the gym, don't sleep in, etc. When you're tired enough, you'll fall asleep. We used to tease my dad because he'd always just fall asleep on the couch halfway through a movie or TV show. Now I've come to realize the poor guy was just exhausted all the time trying to support a family. I work a 24/7 shift cycle. Over the years my body has learned that the only sleep it's gonna get is when I lay down, so it starts to shut down as soon as I do. That shit should be illegal, it's so bad for your body. I only go to bed when I feel sleepy. You need to clean up your mind. If you have brain activity, you will take much longer to sleep. That's why I always take a huge amount of time to sleep when I am worried about something. If you keep thinking about problem X or situation Y, you will take a lot of time to sleep. It is important to worry about problems and resolve them, but it is also important to forget them for a good rest. That's my secret, Captain. I'm always sleepy. I am this person. It works because I go to sleep and wake up at the same time, 12 to 7, every day. Therefore, my body is used to this regime, and every day at 11:45 p.m., I become very sleepy, and when I lie down, I am asleep within minutes. Even if I stay up a bit longer on Friday, I still wake up at 7 and feel fresh. Another thing that helps is not to bring your phone/laptop/tablet to the bed. Put it away before my evening hygiene routine. Try to get into a routine as soon as you can. It might be painful for the first week or so, but then you will get used to it and sleep like a baby. Exhaustion. I sleep generally 4 hours a night and have a highly mentally taxing job. When I go to bed, I sleep 4 hours? That's not healthy. Chronic exhaustion, and antidepressants that not only stop most of my anxious thoughts, but make me sleepy 24/7. It's PC, we're tired. My so says join the military. Between the exhaustion and the noise, you end up able to sleep anytime, anywhere. I am very jealous of that skill. Came to say exactly this. Once you have to sleep in the same bay with 20 other Joes who are either playing spades while listening to music, watching TV, or already sawing logs, you just learn to shut it all out. Also, the tinnitus you get from the military helps you. Since you have to learn to sleep with ringing sounds at all times, you train yourself to just turn certain frequencies off. But my dad can do that while the TV is at like volume 1 million, and every time I question my own sanity. I do a bunch of things to prepare for bedtime and they help me 90% of the time to just pass right out. The big obvious things are no caffeine, coffee or chocolate, within 8 hours of bedtime, and going to bed at the same time every day. I go for a good long walk with my dogs about 2 hours before I go to sleep. I also drink a liter of water right before bed, and try to read a physical book for a while right before I turn out the lights and go to sleep. I also cut down on all light and sound. I have blackout blinds and I wear earplugs. I'm attuned enough to my alarm clock noise that I still wake up on time. Then I just focus on my breathing very intensely, which is enough for me to pass out right away most nights. If not, there's always pot. If I drank that much water before bed I would end up having to pee in the middle of the night. Alcohol and an extremely busy lifestyle and a toddler. Man, alcohol gives me the worst sleep. Yes, I fall asleep quickly but I wake up tired. Clear conscience. Have zero problem falling asleep. It's staying asleep that's the issue. I'll wake up to pee a couple of hours after going to bed and be awake for 1 or 2 hours before being able to get back to sleep, every bloody night. My question is, how do people lay down without falling right to sleep? It feels so nice to lay your head on a soft pillow and let the day be over. I feel bad for people who have a problem with this. It's one of the great pleasures in life. Cannabis indica right before going to bed always does the trick. I've heard from numerous people that smoking pot before bed makes you not have any dreams when you sleep. I'll give you my father's answer to this question. I close my right eye, then I close my left eye and I go to sleep. Going to bed at the right time while not stressed. If I'm stressed, I stay up late to unwind and then can't fall asleep within minutes, which means I am tired the next day, which reinforces stress, which causes me to not be able to fall asleep within minutes. If I am not particularly stressed and go to bed at a normal time, I sometimes try to read but I will fall asleep instantaneously. If you can't sleep, do the following: no screens before sleep or activate blue mode. Kindle Fire has that. Changes the light composition of the tablet screen to avoid activating the light sensors that regulate the circadian clock. Change the time you go to bed at. You might be trying to live against your inner clock, which is a stupid idea. Don't be stressed. Yeah, I know. Either get a physical job or exercise. I've never had a physical job, but I started exercising regularly and it didn't help me sleep one bit. I look a lot better, but I don't feel a lot better. I think my sleep problems are mental anyway. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the old token stroke. Smoke some weed, beat that meat, and you'll be out in less than 3. Good old weed whacking. Have a child. Yes, because then you can practice going to sleep 10 times every night. 1. Doing some stretches or simple yoga right before bed helps me fall asleep. This is the biggest one for me personally. I follow along YouTube videos to do yoga. I feel like my normal days make my body feel quite tense, but stretching really helps get rid of the tenseness so my muscles feel relaxed and I can fall asleep easier. Listening to a yoga instructor with a soft voice also relaxes me and clears my head. 2. Practice good sleep hygiene. It's cliche but it's important. Don't play on your phone or watch TV in bed. Avoid excessive napping. No caffeine in the evening. Go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on your days off. Or at the very least, don't sleep in very late. On work days I wake up at 8 AM. On weekends I wake up at 9 AM. 3. Don't do any activities that are too mentally stimulating when it's close to bedtime, such as an exciting video game or exciting TV series. I like to watch Bob Ross though, or I'll do some light tidying up around the house. 4. A hot drink can help too. Something like chamomile tea or warm milk can make you feel relaxed and drowsy. 5. Having a busy day helps me fall asleep too. So don't just come home from work and then spend the next 5 hours binging TV or editing. Run an errand, do some chores, go for a walk, exercise, play guitar, etc. Just do something, even if it's really quick or short. 6. White noise apps can help too. I like apps that play rainy sounds. 7. I like to use dim lighting. I have a few small lamps, when it's late in the evenings and getting close to bedtime, instead of using the bright ceiling lights. But my dad was able to do that. He literally would lay down for 5 minutes and be able to fall asleep. I was so jealous of that. BC, it takes me forever to fall asleep. I feel like that's everyone's dad. Exhausted after a long day. Wake up at 6:30, gym, lifting weights for an hour, work, etc. I burn myself out. It's more like passing than falling asleep. Also, no caffeine after 5 p.m. at the latest. Slow down with chores, no TV or devices when trying to fall asleep. I love how everyone is giving their tricks. A lot of it is biology and how your brain is wired. There's people who can hit a bed and be out cold, lights full blast, TV blaring. And there's people who lay down and have to be in a quiet dark room for an hour before sleeping. The weirdest experience I had was going on SSRIs and becoming a morning person. Before, I couldn't sleep till midnight, and no matter what time it was to wake up, I'd be useless for an hour. On SSRIs, I was falling asleep when I laid down at 10 and I'd wake up before my tilde at that point 5 tilde alarms. So tricks might help somewhat, but a lot really comes down to biology. Thank you. I'm surprised I had to scroll so far to find this answer. It's mainly genetics. Sure, there are lifestyle and environmental factors that make a difference. But if you're asking why your friend can fall asleep in 5 minutes every time and it takes you an hour, it's because your friend was born that way, and you weren't. Well, it only happens when I'm really tired, and even then sometimes I randomly stand up and feel I have some energy left. Exhaustion. 16,000 steps doing hard physical labor. Add 2 ibuprofen, a small meal, a hot shower, and a soft bed and I'm gone. Head hits pillow and the next thing I know it's morning. Learned it in boot camp, and it just became something I could do. I stopped smoking, eating healthy and exercise. It's a gift I do not question. Been this way my entire life. It's called a clean conscience. You know what you did? No fucking clue. 6:02 EDT and still can't sleep. Due up in an hour or so. FML. I would imagine being on your phone posting on Reddit has something to do with that. Simple. I'm always absolutely exhausted. I work full time, then gym, then I stay up too late playing video games. If you're always exhausted, you fall asleep fast. If I skip the gym for a few days, I find that I have too much energy and then I can't sleep. I'm always tired. Edibles. It's easy, I'm always tired. Melatonin, weed and some deep breathing will do wonders. Weed. That's my secret cap, I'm always tired. Weed. 1. The bed is for sleep and sex only. 2. Make sure you're actually tired when you lay down. Try getting up an hour earlier. 3. No phones, tablets, computers at least an hour before you intend to lay down. Lay down, close eyes, sleep. That's it. No TV 30 minutes before laying down. I do about 5 minutes of meditative breathing prior to laying down as well. Also, work through tomorrow's job-related issues well before bedtime. If you make a list of action items, your mind will be able to release those thoughts knowing you've addressed them. Even if you didn't solve it, it's written down. I just relax, feel good, and I start to feel like I'm drowning into sleep. I used to have horrible insomnia. I'd run months without getting more than a few hours a night, just constant sleep deprivation. I have a lot of things I do to help, and they've all added up to make me fall asleep faster than almost anyone else I know these days. Remove any light sources from my room when it's dark out. I don't want to be able to see a goddamn thing in my room even with my night vision at its best. Blackout curtains, no night lights, no items with standby lights. Literally pitch fucking black. My phone has a blue light filter come on far before my bedtime, which reduces how long it takes for me to get sleepy after I stop looking at it. If you use a PC a lot, Lux is great for this. Very importantly, I don't look at any screens within 15 to 20 minutes of trying to sleep. Really, you should aim for even longer than that, but I don't have that kind of time in the day. Reading a book for 15 minutes before bed really matters a lot though. I don't pick my phone up if I can't sleep anymore, because that was the biggest thing that always murdered me. I can't underplay this enough. but counting. I used to think it wouldn't change much, so I literally never tried counting until this year, and now I can always fall asleep in under 2 minutes flat without fail. I take deep breaths and count after each one, and I'm fucking conked. Also, if all this fails, it never does. Smoke some weed. Macron /__/Macron.